Hey guys, and welcome to my new movie review for the 2019 Child's Play. Now, the main voice of Child's Play, the doll Chucky, is actually voiced this time by Mark Hamill. I actually, he really nailed the voice of this movie. I was really impressed by that. I was really, I remember thinking to myself halfway through the film, oh wow, oh that's Mark Hamill. Like, oh wow, wow, he did a really good job with that. That's because I just forgot, I completely forgot. And then right at the end of the movie, when the credits roll, he actually sings a song in the voice of Chucky, and it's like, okay, now I can definitely tell that's Mark Hamill, which is good. It's just really different. This is definitely a generational film. The horror elements of this film is so low. It's not even funny. In fact, I wouldn't call it a horror film. It's got blood and gore, but it's nothing compared to most movies. I mean, not even scraping the surface. Now, this is a hardcore reboot of the old franchise of Chucky, and this literally has absolutely no way anything to do with those movies whatsoever. So this is a totally clean slate. It's like, yep, let's start again and just go from here. Now, I won't spoil how Chucky becomes Chucky because, if you want to see the movie and you're like, that's how it happened, then I won't give that away. But Chucky, the way that they do this movie, he basically, it's like, the machines that you talk to one thing and it turns something on and then does something else and then does something else. It's very similar to that. I forget what it's called. Google Play. You say, hey Google, do this. Hey Google, do that, and it turns on all the things around your house and whatever. So that's the theme around it. Look, this is a great concept movie, but in my personal opinion, it was executed poorly. That's the best way I can put it, guys. Great concept, bad execution. Look, this is what I personally would call a generational film, really. I didn't like at all, and I thought it was really just something. I don't really know what it was, but and it's really hard. It's really difficult for me to completely disconnect the original Chucky film from this film in order of in terms of the visual of what he looked like. The reason why is because the doll wasn't demonic, whereas it was in the first one, and it wasn't evil, whereas it was in the first one. It just had I won't tell you why it had a different element, but it had a completely different element, and I think it was because of the fact that he just wasn't out. He wasn't possessed. Like, the doll wasn't possessed, and that's why he didn't have that element behind him to, for audiences to be really scary. And that's why I like nothing in this movie, in my opinion. This is not a scary film whatsoever, and that's just my opinion. This isn't a scary movie. It's a movie with blood in it and a tiny bit of swearing. And that's it. That's the thing. I think that's one of the things about the original version that I found that I really loved is the fact that Chucky didn't care about swearing. Your mother effer and stuff like this. Whereas this one, like, he swears a little bit, but it's like Child's Play. Like, it's like, he swears, but it's nothing that you'd be like, oh man, that's hardcore. And he doesn't get angry in this to the point where it's like it's computer it's computer generated seemingly. Do you know what I mean? That's how it comes across. One of the things that I really didn't like about this film, and I just was like, why would you even call the person that? Anyway, when you meet the boy in the movie who meets the mum, she comes in and their initial introduction, she's like, dude, why would you say that? Like, who calls their son dude? Sorry, but what? Who calls their son dude? And because of the fact that her interaction like that, she was just like a cool mom, whatever. And I didn't realize that they were son and mother until later on in the film, and then she makes a reference later on in the film saying, "Oh, I had a really really fun Sweet 16 party," and like he was the result. So obviously she got knocked up on a Sweet 16. Which is the other reason why, when you see the movie, you'll understand their age gap of the mother and daughter. They're like, there's no way you're old enough to be his mum. Like, do you know what I mean? So that element really, I was like, that's so dumb. I have to admit, when Andy meets his two friends, there's a boy and a girl. The boy is really funny. He had his, I don't know, he's off for other stuff, but I can't remember what it is. But he was really, I found him really funny. I thought his character was really good. Andy was okay, but I felt the thing that lacked in Andy's character was the script. I felt it was just, you know how you watch a movie and you feel like it just doesn't flow. Do you know what I mean? There's no scene. It's almost like the it's so scripted that it looks like there's just no real movement, real freeness to the movie. I don't know exactly what it was, but I felt like there was an element of this movie missing, and I still can't really pinpoint it. But there was something missing in this movie, and I can't figure it out. But there's something that just didn't sit. It didn't sit well, and it was almost like I was waiting for stuff to happen, but nothing ever happened until something happened. But it was just nothing that made you go, oh my God, like nothing at all, like nothing like that at all. You know, he hurts some people, he does some bad stuff, and you know, he kills some people, but it's nothing that really makes you go, oh, that's messed up. You know, and it's really hard not to compare it to the original Child's Play, because that movie really was incredible. The other thing is a guy who plays he's like a detective, and he's got some funny liners in this. He made me laugh quite a few times. Actually, just some good comedic elements to his character. But I honestly, I don't know if this is one of those movies that I wouldn't say run out and see it. I really wouldn't. But if you want to see a generational film that's really placed for the now, then this movie is for you. Do you know what I mean? It's got, like for example, one of the scenes where somebody dies, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the soundtrack, maybe it was just the way that it wasn't crafted enough together to actually see what happened or why they died, or you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I feel like there was elements missing. Do you know what I mean? There was just like, okay, he died for that reason, for that and that. Like, there was just pieces of the puzzle of this movie that just didn't overall add up to that's why that happened. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So anyway, guys, this is that's my movie review for Child's Play, 2019 version. Guys, I honestly can't really think of much else to tell you about this movie. Yeah, if you got anything else that you think of and whatever, comment below. Let me know if you have seen it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, leave a like if you like this movie review. And yeah, take care of yourself. Peace out. A-Town down. See you guys.